Once individuals cross the 60-year threshold, an unexpected transformation occurs within the human anatomy. Even when consuming identical nutrition, performing the same resistance exercises, or maintaining equivalent daily steps, muscle tissue can still deteriorate. This occurrence is termed anabolic resistance, where muscular structures become increasingly unresponsive to growth and regeneration signals that previously triggered development. However, encouraging news emerges. Particular fruits, surprisingly fruits, possess the capability to reverse this deterioration. This revelation might appear contradictory. Most individuals perceive fruits merely as sugar sources, fiber providers, or vitamin containers, rather than muscle-preserving dynamos. Yet groundbreaking investigations from establishments like Arkansas University and gerontology journal publications reveal something revolutionary. Specific fruits harbor bioactive elements that combat inflammation, boost mitochondrial performance, and directly activate muscle protein synthesis, the biological mechanism responsible for muscular repair and development. The psychological consequence of neglecting this knowledge carries significant weight. Muscle tissue extends beyond aesthetic appeal or physical strength. Muscle serves as metabolic protection, maintaining blood glucose stability, preventing falls, and providing energy for complete life engagement. Whether participating with grandchildren or pursuing purposeful activities with vigor, losing muscle mass represents more than physical decline. It becomes a gradual erosion of autonomy and independence. This presentation will revolutionize your fruit perception. You will discover the top 5 fruits that function not merely as beneficial foods, but as muscle-saving instruments, particularly for individuals exceeding 60 years. We will examine the potent plant compounds driving their effects, their metabolic and nervous system interactions, and optimal consumption timing for maximum benefit. You will also acquire simple science-supported protocols encompassing food timing and pairing strategies that enhance muscle repair, mitochondrial health, and long-term strength. The reality remains that aging cannot be avoided, but muscle deterioration does not have to occur. You simply require appropriate inputs, beginning today with fruit. Around age 60, your internal responses to nutrition and movement commence shifting subtly yet significantly. You might observe that despite regular meals and moderate activity, maintaining previous strength or muscle tone becomes challenging. This represents more than aging. This is anabolic resistance, where muscles become less responsive to anabolic signals triggered by protein consumption and resistance training. In younger people, consuming high-protein meals sends powerful signals to muscles for initiating muscle protein synthesis, the muscle fiber building and repairing process. However, in older adults, identical meals produce diminished responses as if the signal volume has been reduced. The causes are multifactorial: decreased blood circulation, chronic low-grade inflammation called inflammaging, hormonal changes affecting testosterone and growth hormone, and compromised mitochondrial function. Yet here lies empowerment. Nutritional inputs, including specific fruits, can restore that signal volume. Research demonstrates that certain fruits contain polyphenols, anthocyanins, flavonoids, and micronutrients directly targeting these mechanisms. Studies published in Frontiers in Nutrition and Gerontology journals show that polyphenol-rich diets can decrease muscle breakdown by reducing oxidative stress, improve insulin sensitivity, allowing enhanced nutrient delivery to muscles, and enhance mitochondrial efficiency, restoring cellular energy production. This extends beyond theory into observable laboratory results and muscle biopsies. Arkansas University research showed that older adults consuming polyphenol-rich foods for 8 weeks demonstrated improved mitochondrial function and muscle regeneration markers without exercise habit changes. Consider your muscle as a manufacturing facility. When younger, this facility operates at maximum capacity with responsive machinery. As aging occurs, power supply diminishes. Fruits containing specific compounds function as restorative energy sources, reactivating that facility and allowing growth signals to be recognized again. Psychology plays a crucial role here. Many individuals over 60 begin accepting weakness or muscle loss as unavoidable, reducing activity and stopping self-challenge. What actually occurs is biological learned helplessness. Internal systems slow, causing external behavior to follow. Food becomes empowerment here. When consuming foods that restore muscle responsiveness and literally feeding strength, your body responds differently to identical inputs. Suddenly, 30-minute walks or moderate resistance band sessions begin yielding visible and felt results again. This feedback loop can reignite motivation, self-belief, and energy. A simple application tool involves including at least one muscle-supporting fruit daily, ideally timed with your highest protein meal, helping optimize nutrient absorption and resensitizing muscles to anabolic signals. Begin thinking of fruit not as garnish or snacks, but as targeted therapeutic interventions. Consider this reflection question: what would change in your daily habits if you believed your body remained capable of growth? Biologically, it remains capable. You simply need to nourish it accordingly. Blueberries receive praise for antioxidants, but their power extends much deeper, especially regarding aging muscles. These small fruits accomplish something remarkable, helping cells build ATP. Onal mitochondria, the energy-producing engines within muscle fibers. This matters because mitochondrial decline represents a key reason older adults experience fatigue, slower recovery, and progressive muscle loss. As aging occurs, mitochondria number and efficiency in muscle cells decline, meaning muscles possess less energy for self-repair, contraction performance, or post-activity recovery. However, researchers at Tufts University and Georgia University discovered that blueberry anthocyanins, particularly delphinidin compounds, can stimulate mitochondrial biogenesis, encouraging your body to create more and better functioning mitochondria. Journal of Nutrition studies showed older adults consuming blueberry powder daily for 12 weeks demonstrated improved mitochondrial markers and enhanced strength test muscle performance. Researchers concluded that blueberry polyphenols help restore cellular machinery required for energy production, making muscles more resilient, protein responsive, and quicker stress recovery. Beyond energy benefits, blueberries reduce chronic inflammation, one of muscle degradation's silent drivers. By neutralizing free radicals and reducing inflammatory cytokine activity, they create more anabolic body environments where muscles can grow instead of breaking down. Practical application involves consuming 1/2 to 1 cup of blueberries within 1 to 2 hours of exercise or protein-rich meals. This timing aligns the fruit's antioxidant and mitochondrial benefits with periods when your body repairs and rebuilds muscle tissue. Even without intense exercise, this remains effective, as daily movement, like walking, light resistance bands, or gardening benefits from these effects. Fresh or frozen forms work equally well, both retaining key compounds. Consistency matters most. You are not seeking single superfood moments, but retraining biology to become more metabolically efficient over time. Think of blueberries as daily deposits into your cellular energy bank. Muscle loss often appears as unavoidable aging results, but what it actually represents in many cases is cellular fatigue consequences. When restoring energy at cellular levels, strength returns faster than most people expect, making blueberries deceptively powerful tools. Muscle development does not occur in isolation, but through complex networks of oxygen delivery, nutrient transport, and cellular communication. One of the most overlooked variables in this system is blood circulation. If circulation becomes compromised, muscles essentially starve for the growth ingredients they require. Pomegranate enters here, not merely as fruit, but as physiological amplifier. Pomegranate contains rich L-argitannins, polyphenols that gut microbiomes convert into powerful urolithin compounds. Fascinatingly, urolithin improves mitochondrial function by promoting mitophagy, the selective removal of damaged mitochondria. Consider this like clearing broken factory machinery so remaining equipment runs smoother and more efficiently. A 2019 randomized controlled trial in Nature Metabolism showed older adults supplementing with pomegranate-derived urolithin for 4 months experienced significant mitochondrial health and walking endurance improvements without exercise, routine changes. This suggests pomegranate creates powerful cellular-level effects, establishing more efficient metabolic environments where muscle can be rebuilt and sustained. Benefits extend further. Pomegranate juice increases body nitric oxide levels, dilating blood vessels, and improving oxygen and nutrient delivery to muscles. This proves critical not only during physical activity, but also during rest and sleep when bodies undergo bulk repair and regeneration. Journal of Strength and Conditioning. Research double-blind studies found participants consuming pomegranate extract before exercise experienced reduced muscle, RNS, improved blood flow, and enhanced exercise performance. For individuals over 60, these effects can differentiate between bodies that stay active and those that begin slowing down. Simple protocol involves drinking 4 to 6 ounces of 100% pomegranate juice or eating 1/2 cup fresh pomegranate arils in the evening with or after dinner. This timing supports overnight muscle repair, improves sleep vascular function, and synergizes with natural nighttime growth hormone pulses. For sugar intake monitoring, consider high-quality pomegranate extract, providing identical polyphenols without added carbohydrates, ensuring standardization for allagitannins or urolithin content. Psychologically, this fruit offers deeper connection feelings. When improving circulation to muscles and brain, you begin feeling more awake, capable, and alive. This extends beyond muscles to internal state shifts back into momentum. This represents key insight for anyone feeling slowed down. Sometimes motivation is not fading, but blood flow is compromised. Improve that, and drive often returns independently. If you experience unusual soreness after previously light workouts, or if recovery time seems extending with age, you are not imagining it. Muscle inflammation increases as we age, even with modest activity. However, one fruit has been studied extensively for reducing muscle damage, speeding recovery, and preserving strength: tart cherries. Unlike sweet cherries, tart cherries, specifically Montmorency varieties, contain high anthocyanin and flavonol levels, natural compounds with potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. These compounds reduce interleukin-6 and C-reactive protein levels, 2 key inflammation markers elevated in both post-exercise soreness and chronic age-related muscle loss. British Journal of Sports Medicine studies gave tart cherry juice to participants for several days before and after exercise. The tart cherry juice group experienced significantly less muscle soreness and strength loss compared to placebo groups. More surprisingly, this effect was not limited to athletes. Older adults showed similar benefits in other studies, even after simple resistance or walking routines. University of Vermont studies found tart cherry juice reduced muscle pain by up to 24% in days following physical activity. These effects stem from the fruit's ability to blunt oxidative damage and accelerate muscle fiber repair. Practical protocol involves drinking 8 to 10 ounces of tart cherry juice in the evening, ideally 1 to 2 hours before bed. This not only supports muscle recovery, but can also improve sleep quality thanks to natural melatonin content found in tart cherries. Quality sleep represents where much muscle repair actually occurs, creating win-win situations. Alternatively, for sugar intake monitoring, tart cherry extract capsules, typically 500 milligrams, prove equally effective and have been used in numerous clinical studies. Look for extracts standardized for anthocyanin content. You might wonder whether hard exercise is necessary for this to matter. The answer is no. Even light activity like gardening, yoga, or walking creates micro-tissues in muscle tissue that your body needs to repair. Tart cherry compounds accelerate that repair and reduce prolonged inflammation that otherwise leads to weakness and longer recovery times. More importantly, from motivational standpoints, when your body recovers faster, you are more likely to stay consistent. Pain and delayed soreness represent 2 of the most common reasons older adults stop exercising. If you can reduce that feedback even slightly, your chances of staying active long-term increase dramatically. This brings us to a larger point. Your recovery rate influences your identity. When you feel like your body bounces back quickly, you think of yourself as strong and capable. But when recovery lags, it feeds false narratives that you are too old or too far gone to get fit again. Tart cherries help disrupt that narrative biologically and psychologically. Most people think of watermelon as just refreshing summer snacks. But what exists inside this fruit, especially the white rind near the skin, proves far more powerful than it appears. Watermelon contains unique amino acid called citrulline, which has been shown to boost nitric oxide production, enhance blood flow, and even stimulate growth hormone, all critical elements for rebuilding muscle after age 60. Starting with nitric oxide, citrulline converts in kidneys into L-arginine, which in turn helps produce nitric oxide, a gas causing blood vessel widening. This improved vasodilation means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to muscles, especially during and after physical activity. In older adults, this can counteract natural circulation decline and support faster muscle recovery and protein absorption. A 2017 nutrient study found older men taking citrulline supplements experienced increased leg blood flow and improved muscle oxygenation during walking. This extends beyond performance to ensuring your body can use the nutrients you provided. Without circulation, even the best diet will not reach muscle fibers where it counts. The truly fascinating part involves citrulline also appearing to stimulate growth hormone release, especially when consumed in the evening. Growth hormone proves critical for muscle protein synthesis, fat metabolism, and cellular repair, but levels naturally decline with age. However, Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism studies showed that elevated nitric oxide levels from citrulline or arginine could stimulate nighttime growth hormone pulses, particularly when paired with sleep and protein intake. Science-backed protocol involves consuming 1 to 2 cups of watermelon, included some white rind, about 1 to 2 hours before bed. This may support both nitric oxide production and nighttime growth hormone release, optimizing your body's repair cycle. If eating large fruit portions does not fit your dietary goals, citrulline malate supplements, typically 6 to 8 grams, represent another effective option used in many athletic performance studies. Improved nitric oxide benefits extend beyond muscle to include brain function, heart health, and even sexual vitality, all contributing to overall energy and deeper well-being senses. Muscle does not live in isolation, but represents part of integrated systems. Watermelon, through its impact on blood flow and hormone signaling, helps nourish that entire system. Have you ever noticed feeling more energized and less stiff after good night's sleep? That represents not just rest, but recovery, largely driven by hormonal and circulatory conditions existing while you sleep. Watermelon, or citrulline more broadly, represents one of the rare tools that can enhance those conditions naturally. Something deeply empowering exists in knowing that simple food can influence such complex systems. You are not at aging's mercy, but working with your biology intelligently and strategically. As we have seen throughout this series, building strength after 60 is not about getting lucky with genetics, but providing your body with right signals, nutrients, movement, sleep, and recovery, all working in concert. Fruits like watermelon deliver those signals in surprisingly potent ways. When we discuss building or preserving muscle, protein usually receives all attention. Yes, getting enough high-quality protein remains essential. But here is something most people do not realize. Your body's ability to use that protein to shuttle amino acids into muscle cells depends heavily on insulin sensitivity. As we age, insulin resistance becomes more common, silently sabotaging our efforts to stay strong. This is where kiwi becomes an unlikely but powerful ally. Specifically, green and golden kiwis are rich in actinidine, vitamin C, and fiber, all of which have been shown to improve glucose metabolism, reduce oxidative stress, and enhance protein digestion. Starting with insulin sensitivity, a 2013 Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found that eating 2 kiwis daily for 12 weeks significantly improved insulin sensitivity and lipid profiles in older adults. Participants did not change their diet or activity, just added kiwi. Why? Kiwis contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which slows glucose absorption, prevents insulin spikes, and supports steady energy release, all enhancing your body's anabolic response to food. Evidence also suggests kiwi helps increase plasma levels of essential amino acids, especially when consumed with protein. This occurs thanks partly to actinidin, a natural enzyme found in green kiwi that helps break down stomach protein, making it more bioavailable. Some studies suggest kiwi may be particularly helpful for older adults who experience reduced stomach acid, which can hinder protein digestion and muscle maintenance. Simple science-backed evening protocol involves having 1 to 2 ripe kiwi fruits, green or gold, 30 minutes after dinner, ideally alongside or following protein-rich meals. This combination improves protein digestion, helps regulate blood sugar, and enhances amino acid absorption, all critical for overnight muscle repair. You can also include kiwi as part of larger muscle-supporting fruit stacks, pairing it with tart cherry juice or watermelon for added synergy. Each fruit contributes to different muscle-building equation parts: inflammation control, blood flow, hormone support, and nutrient delivery. Another noteworthy kiwi benefit involves sleep enhancement. Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition studies showed participants who ate 2 kiwis before bed fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and had improved sleep quality after just 4 weeks. Researchers believe this occurs due to antioxidants, serotonin precursors, and folate found in kiwi, all supporting body's natural circadian rhythms and recovery processes. Zooming out for perspective, when you improve insulin sensitivity, enhance amino acid absorption, and reduce nighttime inflammation, you do not just build muscle, but restore confidence. You signal to your body that it is safe to grow, repair, and move forward instead of decay. This represents what food can accomplish when used as targeted strategic tools, not just calorie sources. For people over 60, this matters more than ever. When you see and feel your body respond to these small changes, you are no longer fighting biology, but working with it and reclaiming momentum. You have now learned that 5 specific fruits, blueberries, pomegranate, tart cherry, watermelon, and kiwi, are not just healthy snacks, but strategic tools backed by science that can slow muscle loss, accelerate repair, and restore vitality after 60. Each one targets different biological systems essential for maintaining and rebuilding muscle. Blueberries fuel your muscles and nervous system with potassium and magnesium, supporting strength and recovery, especially before bed. Pomegranates improve blood flow and mitochondrial health, increasing energy and protein uptake during exercise and sleep. Tart cherries lower inflammation and muscle soreness, accelerating recovery and improving sleep quality. Watermelon, rich in citrulline, boosts nitric oxide and growth hormone, aiding overnight repair and blood circulation. Kiwi enhances insulin sensitivity and protein absorption while also supporting digestion and sleep. Research shows that when you address these systems together, hormonal signaling, blood flow, inflammation, nutrient delivery, and sleep architecture, you create ideal internal environments for muscle growth even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here is how to put this into practice with a simple weekly protocol you can start using right away. Create nightly muscle repair protocols, rotating different fruit combinations: banana plus kiwi, tart cherry juice plus watermelon, pomegranate plus kiwi, banana plus tart cherry, watermelon plus protein shake, kiwi plus tart cherry, and pomegranate plus banana. Each pairing supports different parts of the muscle recovery process. You do not need perfection, just consistency. The best part, these changes do not require gym memberships or supplement cabinets, just trips to your local grocery store, a little planning, and commitment to fueling your biology with intelligence and intention. Zooming out beyond protocols, this extends beyond fruits to reclaiming beliefs that your body remains responsive, trainable, and capable of growth. This belief, grounded in science, keeps people moving, engaging, and fully alive. The decline we often associate with aging is not inevitable. Much of it represents disuse, not disease. Bodies follow signals you give them, and food, when used wisely, represents one of the most powerful signaling tools you have. Here is a final challenge. Tonight, choose one of these fruits. Pair it with small protein doses. Eat it mindfully, knowing what it accomplishes inside you and how it supports your strength, recovery, and future self. Small, consistent choices, especially at night, shape who you wake up as tomorrow. If this series has helped you reconnect with your body or see food in new light, consider supporting this content and sharing it with someone you care about, someone who wants to feel strong again or stay strong longer. This community builds on science, insight, and action, and your presence here helps it grow. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and remember your biology.